Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news. Where is Alpha 3.18? Have you picked up your Luminalia gifts? The Gen 12 renderer is ready for deployment. We have some dev responses and we look at what's happening this week in Star Citizen. We've got all of that to go through. 'Tis the season, it's time for Luminalia, with contests, missions, and free goodies galore. There's plenty to participate in during December. Head over to the Luminalia landing page for more details and to snag today's gifts. Plus, invite a friend to the verse, and if they snag a starter pack and a discount by the 10th of January, you'll both get an Argo MPUV for free. Also, in case you missed it, Sandy Roberts stopped by Star Citizen Live last week to announce that CitizenCon 2953 will be in person at LA in the Americas. Stay tuned for further details. We can't wait to get together with you all in person again. So really looking forward to a physical CitizenCon next year. Zin and I will potentially go. We don't know yet. We'll see what else is happening around the world. Also, actually attending the event is actually a lot of the time harder to cover. The news from the event, at least, would be less responsive. We wouldn't be able to get videos out immediately, but if we're watching it from home, it's much easier to get those videos out, bam, bam, bam. That said, actually being able to interview and talk to devs while actually at an event is pretty awesome too. And I sort of live for CitizenCons. They are by far some of the most fun I've had in my life during that sort of thing, going on a little party. Really great little celebrations. Now, let's see what's going on this week. Later Tuesday, we have the narrative team with a word from our sponsors, a transcription of in-law advertisements that are shown during Luminalia. Thursday, we have the last Inside Star Citizen of this season, so Cloud Imperium will be taking at least a 3-week break. They're going to be looking at the journey throughout 2022 in this special year in review episode. So we can expect them to turn up again with Inside Star Citizen sort of mid-January time, it would be my expectation. Friday, there's no episode of Star Citizen Live planned for this week, but they will be returning with new episodes in the new year. The first couple of days of Luminalia gifts have been revealed as well now, so we have 3 One Light Luminalia shirts, jumpers in red, teal and blue, as well as a couple of 100 series ship skins, the Icebreak in white and blue, and the Deck the Hull in green and red paints. So expect lots more ship skins and clothes and flair and that sort of stuff throughout 12 days of Luminalia. And there were some issues with these gifts not showing in players' accounts once they sort of grabbed them. If that's the case, Clan Imperium are on it, and don't worry. You don't need to tell them that you can't see your gifts. They'll get attributed to your accounts after you've sort of accepted them. And don't forget to check back on the Luminalia page for a new in-game gift every single day until the 22nd. And I believe it's 4 PM UTC is when those new gifts sort of turn up. Something to be more concerned about, though, is Star Citizen Alpha 3.18 Wave 1 PTU and Live. When are they going to turn up? Well, it could literally be any hour, it appears, for Wave 1 for that build. We are just waiting on Cloud Imperium to get a stable release candidate ready. Typically, they will release this to Evocati briefly to make sure the build isn't broken or it doesn't have obvious blockers that have sort of turned up. And if it's good, it goes out to Wave 1. Obviously, we're still waiting on that at time of recording. I've adjusted my expectation of the live build to be anywhere between the 16th and the 23rd now. Some peeps think that we won't have 3.18 live this side of 2023, and instead it will be like an open PTU. Zin's very much on that side of the equation. I'm interested to know what you think. We also had some dev responses, and I've gone through some Spectrum posts and had a look. There was one that caught my eye, 101 weeks, where the OP says, "Congrats to @SylvanCIG and your whole team and anyone who worked on this milestone. Can't wait to experience your work." So this then had a picture of the Gen 12 renderer on the roadmap, and it shows that it's sort of finished its Tier 1 101 week work sprint, at least according to the progress tracker. CIG Sylvan responded, Thanks! I can finally say with certainty that the first version of Gen 12 will be in 3.18. There were a few GPU crashes we were facing, and most likely there are still a few left somewhere, but it's stable enough to be released for 3.18. Friendly reminder to add meaningful repo steps in case you still get some crashes, which help us devs enormously to understand where a crash might be coming from. We still have the whole legacy pipeline included in 3.18 as a safety fallback, but with Gen 12 now on for everyone, it does mean we can finally nuke the 20-year-old legacy CryEngine renderer. Let me emphasize again that we didn't spend any time on optimizing it yet, and there are still a few things left after 3.18, but it's looking good so far, and it will be a tremendous relief for us not having to support 2 renderer paths anymore. So the next step will be to finish off Gen 12, optimize it, and then add Vulkan support for all of you guys. And something else I'm personally looking forward to the most, 2023 will be very exciting for the engine and graphics team. The original poster asks a follow-up question: how can we best communicate our repo steps to you? What is the clearest way for you to see what the issue was? Sylvan responds again: once you crash, the crash handler will take over and it opens up a new window where you can put anything in. The crash handler already does provide us with a lot of helpful information like call stack, game log, hardware, screenshot, etc. But user repo steps can be extremely helpful too for certain crashes. For GPU crashes, usually it's most relevant which location you were in or what you did at the time of crash. So anything like went to Area 18 and visited the plaza, opened up the inventory, dragged some items, and then it crashed is sufficient. We had another post, Gen 12 renderer and RAM requirements, and with the original poster says, is there a chance that the new Gen 12 renderer or Vulkan could lead to reduced RAM requirements? I'm playing on Shadow Cloud streaming PC and have no option of upgrading RAM. CIG's Ali Brown responded, there won't be any major changes to RAM or VRAM usage with Gen 12. The renderer generally doesn't use very much RAM, CPU, especially compared to systems like Physics. It uses a lot more VRAM, GPU, but we've been able to maintain support for 3GB GPUs so far, although at least 4GB is strongly recommended. Most of this is used for mesh and textures, and we recently started work on updating our streaming logic for these, and as part of this, intend to expose more control to the player in the options menu to balance the memory usage versus image and mesh quality. Really looking forward to graphics options and some of the sort of mod cons that we have with modern released games being added to Star Citizen with sort of the Gen 12 renderer, and I suppose it's after they have Vulkan integration that we'll start to see a load more graphics options and all those sort of features that you would expect in a released game. Oh, really looking forward to Vulkan integration. Boom, that's it for today's news and dev response. But what do you think? Are you excited for the Gen 12 renderer updates that might give you some bonus performance? When do you think we're actually going to see Alpha 3.18 in our hands in any capacity? Are you enjoying Luminalia? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Ho ho ho! Merry Nordmas!
It's Santa!
No, Timmy, it's Father Nordmas. I'm legally distinct and spread NordVPN cheer. Here you go, little Tim. Have some discount on your next NordVPN purchase. Just what you wanted. Go to nordvpn.com/boardgamer.
But Santa, we don't want a VPN.
I told you, Tim, it's Father Nordmas.
Every month we have a ship giveaway. For December, we are giving away the mighty Drake Corsair Explorer with a Star Citizen game package and lifetime insurance. This no-nonsense Explorer can take you and 3 friends to the limits of adventure around the verse, and although more focused on exploration and expedition, it is a great multi-role mission runner too. Comment on any of my videos during December to be in for a chance of winning that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please don't forget to like and especially subscribe to the videos, leave comments, and if you feel so inclined, use the join button under my videos and give a little bit each month to help the channel. It really, really does help. Or you can even become a Patreon or donate. Check out all the links below. Thanks very much for watching. Have a great time in the verse.